Hello and welcome to my review of the Dark Imperium Death Guard Poxwalkers. It's in the same vein as all the Primaris Space Marine videos that have been coming out. Every day I'm pretty much doing a video or releasing a video of all the different units in the box set. So this time it's the start of the Death Guard videos. So I'm going to start off with the sort of the cannon fodder, I want to say, the Poxwalkers. Controversial when they came out, when they were announced. For the size, this whole edition is about size, and wounds, it seems, and flyers, and all the rest of it. But anyway, yeah, size. Look at the size of these Poxwalkers compared to a mini marine. They're almost the size of a cat. I'll continue. So they're almost the same size as a Space Marine there, which sort of begs the question, were these Poxwalkers Space Marines? And if they were, should they not have had the armour and things? I mean, they might have been humans at one point, but then you're then saying that these were really big humans, or that Nurgle has just increased their size. I mean, it's chaos, so anything is possible, but there you go. Compare them to like a Primaris Space Marine, if it focuses, and yeah, they're completely dwarfed, and that sort of makes sense then. But still, you get 20 of the little critters, but you only get 10 models, if that makes sense. Each of these models has a twin. You've got this hammer guy, exactly the same. And yeah, if you have 40 of these or 60 of these, then it's really, really going to show. They sort of remind me of the cultists in the last sort of Chaos set. I think it was Dark Vengeance that had the cultists, where I think, again, you got 20 of them, and they all had twins. But these are, the details on these, just the scope for the painting is just remarkable. These are way, way better. Although they only come in sort of two pieces, and you can glue them on a small sort of 25mm base, the amount of detail on these with all the sort of pus and giblets and, you know, the spots and the pitted skin and, you know, the tentacles. I mean, there's just so many sort of options there to improve your painting. And I love the weapons as well. You've got everything from this sort of las gun that's just been reversed, put a like a corrupted blade on it. You know, this just epitomises Nurgle for me. You know, this sort of mutated sort of horns as well. You've got, you know, all these boils and spots and all kinds of things are happening. It really does, you know, capture that theme of Nurgle. I mean, it is odd when you do get to a model like this and it's got sort of like a doctor's cloak on or something, and then it's got like his back is sort of ripped, compared to like these, which are, again, they've got some trousers on, so they're not sort of full on Nurgle creatures as such. They're sort of mutated echoes, but are they mutated echoes of people, humanity? Because they can't be, really, because they're the same size as Space Marines. So it always boils back to that yeah, they've got clothes and things, but how big were they before? And if so, has Nurgle sort of increased their size? They're the Poxwalkers, really nice models, really super quick to build and get together. I'll just go over the sort of rules for them. So these Poxwalkers, they've got a movement of 4 inches, so they shuffle about a little bit like zombies. They've got a weapon skill of 5+ and a ballistic skill of 6+. Pointless having a ballistic skill anyway, because they don't actually have a, you know, firing weapon. They've got strength of 3, toughness 3, 1 wound, 2 attacks though. So they do have 1 more attack than a Space Marine. The Emperor's Finest, I might add. They've got a leadership of 4. I mean, count it on one hand, can't you? And a save of 7+. They have a few abilities. Disgustingly Resilient, which you have to already find another page for. Whenever it loses a wound, on a 5 or 6, the model does not lose that wound. So there you go. So it's pretty much a 5 or 6 save. Curse of the Walking Pox. Each time an enemy model is slain by a Poxwalker in the fight phase, you add 1 model to the Poxwalker's unit. So pretty much, kills a Space Marine, you add another one. So Curse of the Walking Pox. bit like Walking Dead then, really, isn't it? They're just adding more models as they're, you know, shuffling forward and eating, sort of consuming enemies. Mindless. Poxwalkers never have to take morale tests. It's probably a good thing with the leadership of 4. And Diseased Horde. You can add 1 to all hit rolls made for a Poxwalker in the fight subphase if its unit contains 10 or more models. So that's pretty good. Over 10 models, get that extra 1 to hit. Improvised weapon, it's just melee, strength is a user, AP 0 and damage 1. So quite straightforward. Points wise, they are cheap as chips. Well, I don't know how many points chips are, but they are 6 points each, and you can have between 10 and 20 models in one unit. So that's pretty decent. So you can have, you know, 2 blobs of 20 if they release these separate. I think they'd be silly to release these separate as they are, because they're going to look exactly the same. It would be really nice if they brought out a squad of 10 or a unit of 10 of these that, you know, had all kinds of different tentacles and weapons and things like that. I think that would be a fantastic idea, a bit like they did with the Genestealer cults. But there you go. They are the Poxwalkers. What do you think of these larger sort of humanoid sort of figures with all the tentacles and things? Are they right up your street? Are they a good addition to the box set, or are they just a slow moving meat shield? Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.